Hello everybody, welcome to the show. I am your host, Darren James. Glad to be here with all of you guys here today. Happy Friday, hope you all have a fantastic weekend. If you guys don't mind, please remember to like, subscribe and comment. Helps a bunch, really shows your support, and really helps my channel out along the way. With that being said, I'll catch you guys here inside. Hope you enjoy this episode. If there's anybody here who has not yet seen the documentary on Netflix called American Nightmare, I really recommend you watch it. Really fascinating documentary, 3-part series as well, so it's easy to watch, easy to binge. And for those who have seen it, I'm very curious to know how you felt about the documentary. But after watching the 3-part series on Netflix, one thing I am really glad to see, as of right now, is people giving their flowers to this lady right here, who I'll get to later on in the episode. Like, she's the real, as it says here, she's the real hero of the series, in my opinion, and apparently a lot of other people's opinions as well. And I was so mad at the end of the 3-part series that she never got anything from it. She never got a promotion, a pay raise, whatever it may be. Not even recognition, for the most part, at least to my knowledge anyway. But yet, when it came to that idiot detective, I can't remember his first name, but his last name is Mustard. I know, Mustard, right? Hilarious. And yet, he got all the recognition, and yet he couldn't even do his job properly. I was like, how the hell is this guy getting promoted? He's getting his name in the papers and all that good stuff, and yet this one right here has gotten nothing from it. Like, it was mind-boggling to me, and it made me so infuriated. But sadly, that's how things are, I suppose. I have been left stunned by the streaming giant's latest true crime offering, following the story of a real-life Gone Girl with a 3-part series shooting to the top of the charts. That's one thing as well with Netflix that always keeps me going back to it. It's this true crime stuff. No matter what, I'm always going to be interested in their true crime content above all else, no matter what TV show that's non-true crime related they put out, or whatever movie they put out, again, which is non-true crime related. I'm always going to be invested in the actual documentaries or TV documentary series involving true crime. The documentary tells the story of a woman by the name of Denise Huskins, who was kidnapped in the middle of the night in 2015. Denise, you can see with her partner Aaron Quinn. She had been hanging out at her boyfriend Aaron Quinn's house in California when their lives suddenly had changed. Intruders broke into their home, tied them up, and drugged and also blindfolded them. Imagine having that done to you, just wow. Denise was then kidnapped and held for ransom. When Aaron reported the crime, police ended up suspecting him instead. I gotta be honest, when I was watching the first part of this documentary series, I did suspect Aaron had some sort of role in this in some sort of way, because he didn't phone up straight away to report that his missus was missing. He waited like 48 hours I think it was. And I was very suspect to be like, why would you wait 48 hours to report that your girlfriend is missing? Like, that makes no sense to me. But thankfully, I was very wrong. The police went as far as branding the couple time wasters and said the whole thing sounded like a hoax and similar to the film and book Gone Girl. The film, which was starring and directed by Ben Affleck, really great movie, recommend that. Haven't seen it in a long time, but it's one of those movies that I really need to go and watch at some point again. I even got the book on audio as well, so I'm really looking forward to diving into that at some point. Even when Denise was released 2 days later after being drugged and unfortunately, you know what, by her adopter, police still claimed that the story did not make sense. Viewers were obviously shocked by the story told in the documentary, although they did find time to praise a person who was being called the real hero of the story. And that's who we get onto right now. Policewoman Misty, I don't know how you pronounce the second name, so I'm not going to try it, is revealed to be the only person to believe the couple, solving the crime while working on a similar case. Fun fact as well, when Aaron and Denise got married, which you see in the documentary, the police sergeant Misty was actually a part of the wedding, which was really nice to see. Like, obviously, Aaron and Denise did not have to do that, not at all. It's their wedding, they can invite who they want. But the fact that he chose Misty, the police sergeant, to actually be a part of the wedding, I found that really nice. I found that really respectful as well, really touching, because there's no amount of words to be describing what they went through in terms of Aaron and Denise, what hell they both went through. And there's a lot of twists and turns in this documentary as well. But the fact that this police sergeant, Misty, was the one who put this case to rest, and also the similar cases to rest, by getting to the bottom of things, that shows to me how much of a great police sergeant she actually is, and how dedicated she is as well to her job. And again, I cannot praise this woman enough. I think she did a fantastic job. I wish other people would give her the flowers as much as people on Twitter have been giving her flowers, because I think she really deserves it. And I'm sure she's one of those people that doesn't really care about the recognition as such. She cares about investigating the case and putting the case to rest by solving the crime, which is completely understandable. Many viewers have flocked to Twitter to praise the officer. All the authoritative men in the case of hashtag Denise Huskins failed her, except the one woman who was not involved in her case, Officer Misty, one person said. Thank God for Dublin Police Sergeant Misty for actually doing her work and being a hero, while her male counterparts were criminally negligent, a second added. Yeah, she don't fuck with Detective Misty, a third person said. Arguably so, I completely agree with that. Right now I'm having some kind of deja vu. Because right now it feels like I've talked about this before, but I don't, like before watching the documentary that is, but I don't really feel like I have, so right now this all feels very weird to me. Like an out of body experience or whatever, but yeah, okay. So much to this documentary that really got my blood going. It's not many times where I'll watch a TV program or a documentary, whatever it may be, and I'm really solely invested to the fact that like, my blood is boiling sort of thing. I'm so angry, I'm so peeved, I'm so pissed off. But when I watched this documentary, there was something about it, it was like, what the hell? You know what I mean? It was one of those moments I can't really describe. But like, there was a lot of times where I just felt like, if I was someone who you loved, if I'm, speaking from a male perspective here, like your daughter, your wife, your sister, your mother, whoever it may be, and someone reported a crime such as this magnitude to you, and yet you think it's all a hoax, and all a game, for lack of a better word. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, seriously. Like, it's one of those things where, like, how the hell have you even got a job working as a detective if you can't put your head up your ass and do your job properly? It baffles me, but it is what it is, I suppose. One of the questions I had in my mind during this documentary was the fact that Aaron had an ex called Andrea, if I'm not mistaken. And she apparently was the original intendee to get kidnapped instead of Aaron's current girlfriend. Now, it's not really explained within the documentary why exactly Andrea, again if that's her name, I can't remember, why was she the original target? What is it about her that made people want to target this person and kidnap her? We don't really know anything about her other than the fact that she works with Aaron and his current girlfriend in a medical professional environment. Her and Aaron used to date. I think she's also currently dating Andrea, this is, the police sergeant, the mustard guy, whatever his name is, which I still find funny that his name's Mustard. Once we find out later on in the documentary that this Mustard detective is actually, I think, dating Aaron's ex, that from that moment on, he should not be involved in the case. He should have been removed from the case from there on out. It's a conflict of interest within this case. So that might blind his judgment in terms of doing his job properly, which we obviously see throughout the documentary. There's so many twists and turns with this documentary and so many things that really got me going. Like I said, it was a really great documentary in my opinion. Fascinating, wild, and unbelievable in terms of how people could be so stupid and so blind when it comes to being in law enforcement in some ways. Like, the idea that you're meant to protect and serve and whatnot, which is great, I appreciate that. But when you're not doing your job properly, it's like, well, what was the point in even signing up for this line of work in the first place? And fun fact as well, once again, I don't know how true this is, because I read this on Twitter, and the person did not work on the show, it was just a random person on Twitter. Apparently, the Detective Mustard guy failed an FBI exam multiple times, to the point where he had to have the questions lowered for him and made easier for him to understand in order to pass the test to become a detective. In my opinion, that tells me that this guy is not suitable for this line of work. Therefore, he should be doing something else, like stacking papers or whatever it may be, working behind a desk, I don't know. So why the hell was this guy allowed in the first place to be investigating this sort of crime, when clearly he's not fit enough to be doing this sort of investigation work? But again, that's just my own feelings on the matter. I'd like to know your guys' thoughts on it. Did you like the documentary? Did you not like it? What are your thoughts on it? Please let me know down below in the comment section. And until next time, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.